I get to introduce one of Williamson County's, Franklin's, Middle Tennessee's hometown superstar, Donna Frost, who has had the incredible opportunity of traveling all over the United States, and she has all over the world, and she has put together so many albums and recorded with so many incredible, famous people. And one of the albums she's working on that will be released very soon is called Bare Bones, which she got to record with Billy Hancock, who is in the Rockabilly Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool. But please put together your hands and help me welcome today Miss Donna Frost.
I'm home. So here's I have ukulele fever, and I can't help it. I'm Donna Frost. I'm a ukulele player. Okay. And so I took up the ukulele a few years ago, and it's kind of become part of my persona now. So I'd like to play a couple of songs I've written with my trustworthy little friend here to start off the day. This is called Life's a Beautiful Thing. Hanging up at the sea, my ukulele and me, singing a song all the day long. Life's a beautiful thing, not a care in the world. I'm such a lucky girl. Things are going my way on the sunshiny day. Life's a beautiful thing. Wasn't handing down, don't come around anymore. I don't have the time to sit and cry like before. One man word about to move in a hurry, you can't rain on my parade. Life is what we make it, and I've got my life made as the sun's going down in the seaside town. Stars are shining bright and dancing in the moonlight. Life's a beautiful thing. Got my family and friends, joy that never ends. I am happy and blessed, doing what I love best. Life's a beautiful thing. Walls that had me down don't come around anymore. I don't have the time to sit and cry like before. One man word and I'm moving in a hurry, you can't rain on my parade. Life is what we make it, and I've got my life made as the sun's going down in the seaside town. Stars are shining bright and dancing in the moonlight. Life's a beautiful thing. Got my family and friends like today, joy that never ends. I am happy and blessed, doing what I love best. Life's a beautiful thing. I am happy and blessed, doing what I love best. Life's a beautiful thing. Here's one I wrote a few days ago. I was down in Florida, let's just say I was really had high hopes from this trip, but it kind of started off kind of yucky, but then it turned out all right. So this is called Sing My Blues Away. And you're welcome to sing along. Hey, get out my ukulele and play. I'm gonna sing my blues away. I went down south for the winter to escape the cold. Hang out on sunny beaches instead of digging out the snow. Imagine my disappointment when I sing my blues away. When I made my plans for vacation, I had all these lofty dreams. I was counting down the days just like I do on New Year's Eve. But there've been so many obstacles since the day that I left town. I still believe in miracles, I won't let it get me down. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, get out my ukulele and play. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, I'm gonna sing my blues away. There's always a rainbow after the storms have passed. Life's too short to be miserable, it goes by much too fast. So be thankful for what you're given, and when trouble comes along, put a big smile on your face and join me in my song. Hey yo, hey, hey yo, hey yo, get out my ukulele and play. Hey yo, hey, hey yo, hey yo, I'm gonna sing my blues away. Hey yo, I'm gonna sing my blues away. Hey yo, I'm gonna sing my blues away. Thank you. Thanks so much. Well, here's one that's going to be on my rockabilly album, and I'm starting a new form of music called ukulele. This is a combination of ukulele music and rockabilly, and it's going to take the country by storm. Right? It's all my fault, ladies. So, okay, to give you the story of this, I was going to St. George Island to play, and I was in last summer, and the gas prices were killing me. Okay, because I'm out driving, which is a good time to mention we have CDs for sale over there for $10 and a donation basket for Christmas. Okay. Just saying. So the gas prices were really bad last summer, and I wrote this song called I Got the 21st Century Working Musician Blues. And it's going to be on my rockabilly album. And my mother always hears these songs when I write them. I call her up, hey, we want to hear it. She's my sounding board, and that's my mom back there. It's her birthday today. And we're going to sing. We're going to. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barbara. Happy birthday to you. Give my mama a hand. I'm really glad she could come with me today. It's all her fault that I got into music. Her and my dad, it's their fault, and my grandparents too, those Stevenses and those Frost, all of them, it's all their fault that I got into this business. Because to give you a little backstory, Mom and Dad met singing in a church where their parents were singing. Mom's mother and uncles were the Stevens Quartet from here in Franklin, and my dad's dad and brothers were the Frost brothers from Eagleville, which is down the road a piece, a little bit. And so that's how they met. Then they started singing with Dad's brothers and Mom's sister. And so right after I was born, they started taking me everywhere, you know, so like when I was 2 weeks old. So it's all my parents' fault. But I'm glad, though. I was glad I grew up in a house full of music and a musical family. I'm very proud of that. So and they all are so talented. I'm very proud of my family heritage on both sides. I got double blessed. So now I was going to sing about the 21st century. Yeah. So I want to send this out to everybody who plays music and some of my friends in here and family that are musicians. This is for you, because we don't get paid what we deserve. This is all true. This happened to me. You can say time's a lean. All my money's going up in gas. This economy's taking all of my assets. I got the 21st century working musician blues. written a couple of Christmas songs, and maybe someday I'll make some money out of it. This first one I wrote with Richard Fleming a while back, and several years ago, and it's described Christmas at our house, I think, pretty well. It's called "'Tis the Season." December always brings chilly weather, but the feeling's warm when family gets together. Uncle John's helping Grandma in the kitchen. It's the time of year for smiles and reminiscing. 'Tis the season, let's spread the wonder around the tree and underneath the mistletoe. Friends are calling, snow keeps falling, flowers freezing, 'tis the season. Mama's hanging up our Christmas stockings. Grandpa's in his easy chair just rocking. Daddy's gonna get his old guitar, later. I'll sing jingle bells and away in a manger. 'Tis the season, let's spread the wonder around the tree and underneath the mistletoe. Friends are calling, snow keeps falling, fire is freezing, 'tis the season. Come on, Santa. It's time for bed, the kids put on their pajamas. Leave their milk and cookies out just for Santa. Yeah, we're sliding down the chimney without warning, just like he does every Christmas morning. 'Tis the season, let's spread the wonder around the tree and underneath the mistletoe. Friends are calling, snow keeps falling, fire is freezing, 'tis the season. Oh, the fire's freezing, 'tis the season. Thanks. Thank you. Now, you've heard people talk about how I dreamed this song, or this song came. I did dream this song. I did dream of this next song. I even had the music video playing in my head. And I woke up, and the next morning I said, I have to write this song. It was last Christmas time. And this is called All Through the Year. And I've had a lot of great response to this. I'm hoping someday it will become a Christmas classic. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe someday somebody big and famous will cut it, and I'll be rich. Rich and famous. That would be cool. I'm rich here, though, so that's good. Tis the season once again, together with our families and our friends. Christmas, Christmas, decorations all around, carols in the air, the joyful sound of Christmas, Christmas. And as we celebrate, I was born that winter night to bring the world home and light at Christmas. Christmas. In these troubled times we live in, there's too much hatred and fear. We should love and care for one another all through the year. All through the year. Let the message ring loud and clear. All through the year. Treasure those you hold dear. All through the year. Let the message ring loud and clear. All through the year. Treasure those you hold dear. All through the year. All through the year. All through the year. All through the year. Thanks. I want to play something for you right now. For my travels, of course. This is on my CD. And some of you have heard the saga of my friend in Chicago, Toll Booth Elvis. And he's a real character. One night I was coming home from a show in Chicago, and about 4 o'clock in the morning, go through this toll booth, and there's this guy there with his big hair and the sunglasses and the gold jewelry, and he really does say thank you very much when I give him 80 cents. So I go back the next night, and there he is again. And I wrote this little song about him, and he showed up. But one of my friends, Michael Teach, had tracked down Toll Booth Elvis, and he came to see us play. In fact, he's come to several of my shows since then. And he's on Facebook. His name is Vince Pizzo Ferrato, a.k.a. Toll Booth Elvis. He'd love to be your friend and tell you all about Donna Frost writing a song about it. So he asked me, he goes, so when are you going to write the sequel? He sounds like Tony Soprano when he talks, you know. He said, so Donna, when are you going to write the sequel to Elvis in the Toll Booth? I said, what's there left to say? I saw you, and now I know you, and I don't really know where to go from there. But anyway, it's on my CD, and I thank Elvis in the Toll Booth for the inspiration. Riding down the highway, it's been another crazy day. It's getting late and I'm ready to crash. Need to get home fast. I pull up to a toll booth looking for some spare change to see if I'll be on your side. It looks like the king. Think I had too much to drink. I saw Elvis in a toll booth on I-90. Yes, Chicago is his Graceland now. He's alive and well, and I'm here to tell I saw Elvis in a toll booth on I-90. Well, I thought it was a dream, but I couldn't wait to find out. So I went back the next night and I saw him there. Gold chains and his big black hair. Smiled when I drove up and said, thank you very much. Yes, I gave him my 80 cents and I drove on through. Yeah, strange but true. I saw Elvis in a toll booth on I-90. Yeah, Chicago is his Graceland now. He's alive and well, and I'm here to tell I saw Elvis in a toll booth on I-90. I saw Elvis in a toll booth on I-90. Yeah, Chicago is his Graceland now. He's alive and well. Here to tell I saw Elvis in a toll booth on I-90. Yeah, it did. Was a big hunk of burning blood. lot of road songs in here. This is on my CD too. This is called Jacksonville, and did very well for me. I do a lot of traveling around in Florida, and I like the folk music scene there. So I wrote this little song, and it's really struck a chord with a lot of people. And usually there's always somebody that's got a Jacksonville connection somewhere. Either they live there or their family's from there or something. But I'm really proud of this little song. I was just driving down one day on the beach boulevard, didn't know where I was going. That's how the song started. This is what came out. Riding down Beach Boulevard, don't know where I'm going. Back home in Nashville, it's cold and snowing. Here in Jacksonville, here in Jacksonville, the sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky. The weather's warm and the world is fine. Here in Jacksonville, here in Jacksonville, I let the music take me where it will. Down to Jacksonville. Surfers and skateboarders, snowbirds and freaks, we all walk these same seaside streets down in Jacksonville. Here in Jacksonville, there are some cowboys there, but lots of folkies. We're hanging out playing guitars and making memories down in Jacksonville. Here in Jacksonville, I let the music take me where it will. Down to Jacksonville. As I drive away, I can hear the music play. Wishing I could stay just one more day here in Jacksonville. I let the music take me where it will. Down to Jacksonville. Down to Jacksonville. Oh, down to Jacksonville. Thank you very much. All right, here's something rockabilly. I love rockabilly music. I wrote this song. Now here, you have to be careful what you say around me, because I'll write it down and I'll use it in a song sometimes. So the other day, this friend of ours was working at our house, Bruce Lauren, and he had my car blocked. I said, Bruce, you really need to move. I got to get out of here. He goes, well, Donna, put your car in L and leave. You know, that sounds like a good breakup with somebody's song. So this is what came out. It's called Put It in L and Leave. Well, first I tried to warn you, but you didn't take heed. I gave you a second chance, that was my good deed. Third time is a charm, this aggravation I don't need. Pack it up, this old car, put it in L and leave. good. Walk away with nothing, that's alright with me. Push me to the limit, you don't even see. I'll play I've been a prisoner in your jail much longer than I should. Now I've come to realize it's life to be so good. Walk away with nothing, that's alright with me. Push me to the limit, you don't even see. Way standing there in a state of shock, you're begging me to stay. Say that you'll be better, ain't gonna change your ways. That's not gonna cut it, I'm setting myself free. Pack it up, it's so far, put it in hell with me. Walk away with nothing, that's alright with me. Pack it up, it's so far, put it in hell with me. Pack it up, it's so far, put it in hell with me. All right, this next little block is called Songs That My Family Gave Me, titles. And this is going to be on my rockabilly project that's coming out soon. My youngest nephew, Blake, gave me this idea. He came in one day and he goes, Donna, he was playing basketball. He goes, my legs hurt so bad I can't feel anything. And I said, wait a minute. I said, we can tweak this around just a little bit and make a country song out of it. So this is called It Hurts So Bad I Can't Feel a Thing. And when I wrote it, it was around the time, it was when George Jones died. And I thought, now what would the possum do, right? Because I love George Jones. And, so here's what came out. And I'm sure this will never get played on country radio because it's too country, so. Sun is shining, but it's raining in my heart. I ignored the warning signs that were there right from the start. So that you would settle down, but there you are running around. I was a fool to think you'd ever change. 'Cause I nephew Leo, who some of you know. He's 11. Leo thinks about stuff most people don't think about sometimes. He's a very deep child. And he's given me some great ideas. So this is the Leo segment here. A couple of songs that Leo gave me. And I'll go on record as saying that these kids got co-writing credit on these songs. So Leo and Blade, I told them, I said, guess what, guys? If we ever get anything happen with these songs, you guys will get half the money. Cool. They're very happy about that. So, but one day, Leo had been with me and at our house, and he'd had a really good day. And so as he was leaving to go home, he looked up at the sky and he goes, you know, this has been the perfect day. Even the stars are smiling tonight. And I thought, hey, now. Because I like to write a lot of positive songs. A little Nashville reggae for you. I'm on a lucky streak, I'm really on a roll. I got joy down in my soul. I must be doing something right. I love it when everything goes my way, and it's truly been a perfect day. Even the stars are smiling tonight. Many years I've dealt with almost making it. Fell a little short of success. When I fail, I get downhearted, 'cause I never did my best. Winner never quits, and the quitter never wins. One day it all can turn around. Today's been a different story. I'm flying 10 feet off the ground. I'm on a lucky streak, I'm really on a roll. I got joy down in my soul. I must be doing something right. I love it when everything goes my way, and it's truly been a perfect day. Even the stars are smiling tonight. When I woke up this morning, I had a feeling I can't explain. Somehow I knew things would be different. I could sense the winds of change. Like my dad always says, the sun never shines on the same dog twice, and it's shining down on me so big and bright. How quickly it all fell in place. Suddenly I see sweet victory. Looks like I'm winning the race. I'm on a lucky streak, I'm really on a roll. I got joy down in my soul. I must be doing something right. Love it when everything goes my way, and it's truly been a perfect day. Even the stars are smiling tonight. Oh, what a day it's been for me. Live forever in my memory. I'm on a lucky streak, I'm really on a roll. I got joy down in my soul. I must be doing something right. Love it when everything goes my way, and it's truly been a perfect day. Even the stars are smiling tonight. Even the stars are smiling tonight. Thank you, Leo. Now, this next one is one of my very favorites. Leo had written this note in my mom's Mother's Day card, and it said how much he loved her and how he wished he could rewind time back to the time he spends with her. And I thought, man, what a wonderful sentiment that is. So here comes this is what I came up with. This is called I Could Rewind Time. Some folks wish for money, others wish for fame. Sometimes it seems we get caught up in all the wrong things. Matters to remote in life, things that you can't see. Being with the ones you love, making memories. If I could have just one wish, I know what it would be. I could rewind time. I could rewind time. One day you're a little child with a head full of dreams. You can't grow up fast enough, suddenly you're in your teens. One day you look in the mirror, the face staring back is on. How did all those years fly by? Where did my life go? If I could have just one wish, I know what it would be. I could rewind time. I could rewind time. If I could rewind time, I'd go back to when we met. Relive every moment you and I had spent. People come and people go. That's how it is these days. Nothing lasts forever. Life is full of change. And if I could have just one wish, I know what it would be. I could rewind time to when I was with you. I could rewind time to when I was with you. I could rewind time. Thank you. Now I know I'm supposed to talk about my journey as we go along, and so, all right, so we blamed it on my parents already about why I'm doing this, but I was born into a musical family. So when I was 9, my Aunt Mary wanted me to take piano lessons, which let me go on record as saying I do love my music lessons. I loved taking my piano lessons. I did not complain. I bought a piano with my own money. Those ads on the back of the comic books about selling Christmas cards, and some of you would be too young to remember, but my parents and my Aunt Mary and a bunch of us helped me sell my Christmas cards. I went to Kurt's Piano and bought a piano with my money at the age of 9. Okay, that's how much I wanted to play. And but then, those rolling along pretty well. But then a couple of years later, the guitar became part of my life, and it's been with me ever since. And so I decided, I was a big Beatle fan, like everybody else. I saw them on Ed Sullivan when I was a little kid. It changed my life forever. My mama took me and my brother Andy to see A Hard Day's Night at the Franklin Theater when I was 6, and you could not hear for all the people screaming at the movie, like the Beatles were really there. So that was, I always studied at the school of John, Paul, George, and Ringo. You know, that's my, they were a huge influence on me. So the guitar became part of my life after at the age of 11 on, and I started playing in bands as a teenager, took my guitar to school, kind of made people like me better when I found out I had a guitar, you know, because I was kind of the kid that didn't say much and sat in the back and wasn't very good at anything athletically or anything, so I kind of got made fun of sometimes. But once I played a guitar, that ended that. So. But right now I'd like to play a couple of songs from my CD that are special to me, and this one is called Paul McCartney. It took a long time to come up with that title. But it has a lot of Beatle references in it. Beth Travers and I wrote this song. It's on the Girls Like Us album. It has every Beatle reference in the world, and I still hold on to the hope that someday I will be Mrs. McCartney. There have been, he got married again since I wrote this song and put it out. So, yeah, I keep trying. I send him copies of it. That's all I can do. You know, you think, you know, so maybe I'll be the fourth one. That's okay. I would go quietly and for a lot less money than the last ex-Mrs. McCartney. Here we go. When I was a little girl, I was so uncool. We lived miles and miles away from all the kids in the school. So I became a loner and I lived in my daily dream. My transistor radio, it brought the world to me. Remember those? It was a hard day's night when I heard the band. I saw him standing there, I wanna hold your hand. And it gets hard to be, and I'd be 17. I knew from the very start he wrote those songs for me. Yeah. British invasion brought sounds from far away, drifting over the airwaves, rocked my solitary place, and there finally I found my secret love. So I locked myself away and I turned the music up. Some bells rang for Elvis, made them keep their king. I would climb the old oak tree and dream of Paul McCartney. Well, the day he married Linda, I wore black to school. Here I stand with my head in my hand, life can be so cruel. I got into music, I was hoping he noticed me. I even sang one of his songs on my last CD. I wrote one about him for this one. The British invasion brought sounds from far away, drifting over the airwaves, rocked my solitary place, and there finally I found my secret love. So I locked myself away and I turned the music up. Some bells went for Elvis, made me keep their king. I would climb the old oak tree and dream of Paul McCartney. So the 90s made me sad, I still love him. If I lose that blonde, I'd be glad. I still love him. British invasion brought sounds from far away, drifting over the airwaves, rocked my solitary place, and there finally I found my secret love. So I locked myself away and I turned the music up. Some bells went for Elvis, made me keep their king. I would climb the old oak tree and dream of Paul McCartney. I would climb the old oak tree and dream of Paul McCartney. Bruce fans do we have? All right. Good. So to set this song up for you, back in 1981, I had gone to see Bruce Springsteen at Municipal Auditorium in Nashville, and I had front row seats. And so as I was dancing along, just down there bebopping along, all of a sudden the hand reaches out to me, and he's looking in my eyes. and I'm like, and he's like, yes. So we go up and we dance, and the song was Sherry Darling. I'll never forget the name of the song. It was on the river. And after we had done our dance, he threw me back and gave me a kiss, and I wrote a song about it 30 years later. I mean, I did this before Courtney Cox, okay, but she made all the money. But I did it first. But this is called Dancing with Bruce, and it's on my CD. I got to talk about this on Bruce's XM radio channel, and I sent it in for documentary, but it didn't make the final cut. I was kind of bummed out about that, but something else comes, right? Here we go. I remember that night in 81, sitting on the front row, looking in his eyes, dancing to the songs I've loved for so long. He reached out for my hand, much to my surprise. When he asked me to dance, I could not believe he chose me. This was my chance. I felt like Cinderella. What a beautiful dream. For one moment I could escape the truth. Nothing else mattered when I was dancing with Bruce. See, I was always the last one picked for teams. All the kids at school made fun of me. I wasn't much good at anything except for playing my guitar. I couldn't wait to leave that town behind, follow my own star. When he asked me to dance, I could not believe he chose me. This was my chance. No one was laughing at me now. Everyone could see that for a moment I was somebody cool. I was someone special because I was dancing with Bruce. As we danced across the stage, I was lost in his world. Then he gave me a kiss, and I knew I was the luckiest girl. Oh yeah. Years have come and gone since that time, and I've been following my dream. I have a happy life. Sometimes I still think about that night, how magical it was, only for a while. When he asked me to dance, I could not believe he chose me. This was my chance, and I feel like Cinderella. What a beautiful dream. And for a moment I could escape the truth. Nothing else mattered first professional appearance was at the age of 13 at War Memorial. My father and his gospel group, the Frost Brothers, were on this show that my dad had put together. It was for, it was a charity, and the headliner was Jerry Reed. Okay, so Jerry Reed. So I was 13 years old, and at War Memorial Auditorium with this friend of mine that I took guitar, that we sang in a duo. Her name was Harriet Moran. She was from here in Franklin. I don't know whatever happened to her. I've lost track of her. So, Harriet, if you are still around, I never forget when we sang together. And we did Both Sides Now Today, and we opened for Jerry Reed. Well, then I traveled with my dad for several years when he was singing country. Then my brother Tony and I started up a punk rock band back in 1980 called the Bunnies, and we got in on the new wave, the first wave of the new wave. We did that for several years, and I used to wear a Girl Scout uniform on stage, it's true, and amongst other things. And so we had those days, and then there was the ill-fated move into heavy metal, which we won't talk about, and then when I got my divorce 20 years ago, which was my best career move ever, I decided to get into music full-time. I was always playing part-time, and I decided to dedicate my life to music. So for the last 20 years, I've been full-time, traveling the country and some other countries. I've been to the Caribbean and to England, and traveled most of the U.S., and still go out all year long. Me and my guitar, my ukulele and car, and travel around playing my music, and with 3 CDs out, and which the latest one is called Girls Like Us, which some of the songs you've heard today it's on that album, and it's here today. But one of the coolest things that happened to me, it was a little journey of mine, was I've gotten to work with some of my heroes, but the biggest thing for me was with a lady named Skeeter Davis, who I know all of you know. And Skeeter Davis was a dear friend of mine from the time I was a little bitty girl until her death in 2004. And my Aunt Mary Jarvis and Skeeter were big friends back in the early 60s when Mary was working for Chet at RCA, and End of the World was becoming like the biggest record on the planet 50 years ago this very year. And my mama used to put my hair up in the Skeeter Davis hairdo. I had those little curly do's right around. Skeeter Davis, I'm going to sing with you when I grow up. And she would go, yes, that's right, Donna, you'll sing with me someday, you know, but we stayed friends all through the years. So when she called me in 1996, she'd been diagnosed with bone cancer. And doctors gave her 5 years, but she made it 7. And she said, little girl, that's what she always called me, even though I was an old woman by then, but she always called me little girl. She goes, little girl, it's time for us to go do this. So for the next 8 years, I've traveled with her and to cities in the U.S. We went to St. Lucia, we went to Barbados. I got to sing with her on the Opry. And then after she passed away, at her funeral at the Ryman, the grand ladies from the Grand Ole Opry came and got me at the funeral at the Ryman and said, you're coming with us? I'm like, why? The funeral's getting ready to start. What are you doing? I'm trying to sit here. Well, no, because Skeeter chose you to sing with her in life, and she wants you to be one of us today. So I had the honor of singing at her funeral with the grand ladies of the Grand Ole Opry. That was very overwhelming. And then back in April of this year, she was inducted in the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. And I was going to go anyway. Then I get a phone call one day from Robert Lawson, the head of the museum, and he goes, we'd like for you to sing End of the World at Skeeter's induction at the ceremony. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was scared. Okay, like the first time I ever sang on the Opry with Skeeter, I was so scared that I wrote the lyrics to the song I was going to sing that night on my hand because I thought I would forget, which I didn't forget, and it's a good thing because by the time I got through, the ink was smeared anyhow, and I would have been able to read it. So I did the same thing the night of this induction ceremony. How many times have I sung End of the World? Thousands. I wrote it down on my hand because also on that show were Exile and the Kentucky Headhunters and Steve Warner and Jackie DeShannon and a bunch of people, and it was one of the most special nights of my life. So right now, I'd like to sing a couple of Skeeter songs. And this is the one that made her huge all over the world. Bare Bones, which I recorded with a friend of mine, Billy Hancock, who's in the Rockabilly Hall of Fame. So we recorded some of the tracks at Sun Studios in Memphis, which I must tell you, the first time I walked in at Sun, that was quite overwhelming to stand where Elvis stood and sing where Elvis sang. And just the whole history just jumps out at you when you're there. Plus Carl Perkins, he was a friend as well, and of mine for years, and so it was really a joy to be able to record where some of my heroes had recorded many years ago. And so when we were coming up with songs to record, this was a no-brainer. This was a Davis Sisters song. Skeeter and Betty Jack did this 60 years ago. And it's considered one of the first rockabilly records in existence. And it's called the Rockabye Boogie. Now, when my band's here, they play all these solos because it's a lot of singing, and I have to have like some kind of little instrumental thing going on in between times. So there might be a couple of rhythm guitar solos because otherwise I'll pass out if I don't get some air. Because I'm old. Here we go. This is called Rockabye Boogie. Rockabye boogie's let it sway, rock your bed to sleep. Rockabye boogie's guaranteed, put your bed to sleep. I can't do thing unless you say, rockabye boogie with me. Rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye, 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 rockabye boogie, rockabye. Oxygen, please. Rockabye baby, in the old tree top. Don't you know that when the wind blows, the baby's gonna rock? When the wind breaks up, red will fall, the baby's gonna blow a stop. Rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye, 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 rockabye boogie, rockabye. Once an old woman who made her home in a great big broken shoe. She had some doll already kids, she didn't know what to do. Now already run asleep and close those eyes are blue. Rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye, 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 rockabye boogie, rockabye. All right, sorry, you have to put my rhythm guitar solo now. Mary had a little old lamb, his fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, lamb was sure to go. Come on, Mary, go to sleep and after dreamland go. Rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye, rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye, rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye, rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye boogie, rockabye, rockabye boogie, rockabye. Rockabye boogie, rockabye, bye. 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 Well, we're gonna slow down now. This is a new one I wrote. Another one that I just dreamed up. You know, I always think that I really believe that God does give me some of my songs, all of them really, but there are some that are just divinely inspired and just come that I don't know how to explain it. They just come. This is called The Best Is Yet to Come, and that's kind of my philosophy on life. It's either it can mean several things to you. It can mean the best is yet to come on your life here on earth, or it can be the best is yet to come after you leave this earth, however you wish to take it. All right? Staging a life, I've become realistic as I travel around singing my songs. The delusions of grandeur about who I am. I know this is where I belong. Years of searching brought me here. With age you gain wisdom, it's all so clear. The best is yet to come. The past is a nice place to visit, and I choose not to live there. I don't obsess about what happens tomorrow. I'm in this moment without a care. Today is a gift that I have been given, and when it's all said and done, make the most of each precious day, and the best is yet to come. Yet to come. I've had disappointments and my heart has been broken more times than I care to admit. But I've learned the fine art of forgiveness, let go of the pain that I've been. There's a silver lining in each dark cloud. I hold my head up high, stand tall and proud. The best is yet to come. The past is a nice place to visit, but I choose not to live there. I don't obsess about what happens tomorrow. I'm in this moment without a care. Today is the gift that I have been given, and when it's all said and done, I make the most of each precious day, and the best is yet to come. I reach out to life, it reaches out to me. I'm thankful for each opportunity. The truth has surely set me free, and the best is yet to come. The past is a nice place to visit, and I choose not to live there. I don't obsess about what happens tomorrow. I'm in this moment without a care. Today is the gift that I have been given, and when it's all said and done, make the most of each precious day, and the best is yet to come. Make the most of each precious day, and the best is yet to come. Yet to come. The best is yet to come. All right, now we're going to dig back into some Franklin history, and I would be bad if I did not play this song today, because how many of you remember Sparadine? Okay, Sparadine. Wow, he was, I'll never forget the first time I saw Sparadine, and I thought he was sick. He was passed out on the sidewalk, and I said, somebody call an ambulance. There's something wrong with that man. There's that old Sparadine. He's drunk again. You know, so. I had never seen a street person before. This was the first time I had seen anyone like Sparadine. And so several years later, Beth Travers and I were in our writing room at ASCAP and thinking about characters, and I mentioned Sparadine. And then Hudson Alexander sent me a bunch of information about Sparadine that I did not know. Like, he was a decorated soldier in the war, and he's buried in the cemetery with all the honor with the Memorial Cemetery out in Madison. He was the jobs he had in the barbershop. He was the first African American to work in a white barbershop as a barber, which I did not know. All sorts of fascinating things. So Beth and I wrote this song, and it sent me to Kerrville, Texas in 2004 for the Kerrville New Folk Competition. I didn't win, but I was in the finals, so that's pretty cool. And so here's a song called Sparadine. And for For all you Franklin natives, I know there's no Vine Street in Franklin, but it rhymed with Sparadine. I was just a little girl holding Mama's hand, checking out the sights downtown when I first saw the man. He was free to smile, wearing everything he owned, just a wrinkled paper sack hidden threadbare clothes. His fortune was his old soft shoes and stories in his head. A shiny top hat on the street held his daily bread. No one knew his name, no one seemed to take the time. Mama said that everyone just called him Sparadine. Oh, Sparadine, he stays on the corner of Main Street and Vine. He says, I'll dance for a quarter, tell a joke for a dime. Dance for a quarter, old Sparadine. Some folks say he had been a soldier in the war. He came home decorated, but no one knows what for. Mama said you can never tell what's in somebody's mind. It is still a mystery what changed old Sparadine. Oh, Sparadine, he stays on the corner of Main Street and Vine. He says I'll dance for a quarter, tell a joke for a dime. Dance for a quarter, old Sparadine. Seas from meadows shook him all apart, and all his worldly goods are gone. Though his red broken, though he has a heart, I believe someday he'll have a home. Oh, Sparadine, he stays on the corner of Main Street and Vine. He says I'll dance for a quarter, tell a joke for a dime. Dance for a quarter, old Sparadine. Dance for a quarter, old Sparadine. Oh, Sparadine. Thank you. Thank you, Sparadine. See, those characters, those people that you see that you never forget. So. This is one, the title of my CD. I've got a couple more for you here. And but they're for sale. They're over there $10. I know a lot of you have it already, but if for some reason you don't have it, please buy one. And or if you'd like to just donate to the Donna Frost Christmas Fund and buy presents for my family and gas for my Volkswagen, I do appreciate it. Anyway, this one's called Girls Like Us. I read this really wonderful book, and we're going back to my roots as a child. When I came home from school every day, I'd go to my room and I would put on my albums and practice my guitar, practice all the time. And people that really influenced me a lot were Joni Mitchell and Carly Simon and Carole King and people like that, songwriters like that. I never was interested in becoming a hit music or a songwriter. I liked being a storyteller, or like a Jim Croce and people like that were people I listened to, and that was the kind of person I wanted to be as an artist or a writer. So I read this really cool book called Girls Like Us, which is about the three: Carole King, Joni Mitchell, Carly Simon. And Beth Travers and I wrote the song, thought it would be a great title for a song and an even cooler name for an album. So here's what came out. He says he's so proud of me, and darn, I was successful one. But I hear something underneath his facial and supporting tone. First he's dishing out the compliments and singing out the praise. I sense the insecurities beneath the accolades. Girls like us fall for all those lights, anything to do with love. Girls like us, we get undermined, so we keep our defenses up. It's hard to find someone to trust for girls like us. I get stranded with the car, but I tell him everything's alright. He says, baby, you work too hard, I don't like you being gone at night. Travel is my lifelong friend, music moves my soul. He tells me that without him, I'm gonna die alone. Girls like us fall for all those nights, anything to do with love. Girls like us, we get undermined, so we keep our defenses up. It's hard to find someone to trust for girls like us. He wants me up on the shelf, so he says things to make me melt. It's when I have to tell myself I'll be fine on my own. Girls like us fall for all those nights, anything to do with love. Girls like us, we get undermined, so we keep our defenses up. It's hard to find someone to trust. Girls like us fall for all those nights, anything to do with love. Girls like us, we get undermined, so we keep our defenses up. It's hard to find someone to trust for girls like us. It's hard to find someone to trust for girls like us. Thank you. Here's one about the perils of traveling. All right, like I said, I travel by myself, me and my guitars in the car. So I'm in Maryland, Washington, D.C., worst place in the world to drive, I think, my own opinion. So I was on my way to a show one night in Westminster, Maryland, from Centerville, Virginia, and which would have taken me 45 minutes, 4 hours, because of a 3-mile stretch of road in a town called Damascus, Maryland. And so, of course, everything that happened in the song is how it really happened. I don't need to set it up for you. This is what really happened. And I had Johnny Cash in my head when I wrote this. I thought this sounded like a really cool Johnny Cash kind of thing. But it's called Detour to Damascus, so we're going to laugh a few minutes here before I wrap it up. Left my home in Virginia, gave myself plenty of time, because the Beltway sure gets crazy on a Friday night. Have a show to play, things are going fine. I'm feeling good as I cross that Maryland state line. Now the traffic's backing up, it's coming to a crawl. Little did I know that the sky was gonna fall. Highway 27 was the route I was taking. I followed the detour sign, Satan's waiting at the gate. I took the detour to Damascus. whole town of Damascus stuck on this two-lane. If I ever make it out of here, I won't be back again. I took the detour to Damascus. It was a two-lane highway. Didn't even dream I'll drive, take forever and a day. It was like the twilight zone. Like the kids of the moon. Is it any wonder that I live to tell? Oh, that I live to tell. Oh, that I live to tell. I must thank the Williamson County Public Library for having me today. To Tina, Christina Mannion, thank you, Tina, my dear friend, for having me. Katherine, all of you. I appreciate everybody that came to see me today. And let's wish my mom a happy birthday one more time. While we're having a have dinner with our family, but it's always good to be here in Franklin. This is going to be the title of my new CD coming out next year. And this is my philosophy of life. It's called Keep On Keeping On. And inspired by real events. Here we go. But anyway, thanks for being here and keep on keeping on. Here we go. My paycheck bounced deep in the hole. My cat's really sick and the dog's getting old. And my car has seen a bit of death. My bills are piled up to the sky, and I'm just barely getting by. But no matter what, obstacles come my way. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Well, mama sits by her daughter's bedside. It's been a long, hard, bumpy ride, trying to bring her back with all my